Welcome to another episode of the Rugged Homestead. Today we're going to be setting the gate for the chicken run. I've had this gate now for a couple of years that I got off a site called Free Cycle. Someone was throwing away their split rail fence. So I've had this gate more as a decorative design here. But now that the chickens are going to be coming in a couple of weeks, I've decided to fence off this whole area here for them so they'll have a little bit more room than just the 4x10 run to have space. So I want to set the posts in cement and then fence it off. So today what I'm going to be doing is putting the posts in for the gate here. Fortunately, I've got a hole mostly dug already. I'm just going to open that up a little bit to be able to pour more cement into it, and then set the post. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side to put that post into cement. And it's not going to be a major gate or anything like that. It'll just enable me to get into the run area once the whole thing is set off. I had rebar in here, try to keep the column level, but didn't really work. So I'm not going down below frost footings or anything like that. This is just a simple gate, nothing major. So got enough room now. Set the post in and also put some cement into it as well. So these posts came with hinges on them already, so that was helpful. Should be fine, and I will just make it level. So what I have here is just a post to hold it up, and then I'm going to drive this stake into the ground when I've got that level, and that'll hold it in place until I can get the cement to set. Okay, now I'll take a second one and I'll go in that direction to hold it in place, and that'll be plumb all the way around. And it's on the money right there. I'm mixing up the cement in small batches. And pro tip, don't slam your bag on the ground, because as you can see right over there, the bag split open and all the cement spilled out. So I'll be shoveling it in here as I need it. Maybe a little wet, but it'll be good enough. Problem with loaning out your tools is they're never around when you need them, so I'm not quite sure where my trowels are. So I'm gonna improvise. and that should be good. It helps the water slope away from the post. That'll help it just last a little bit longer than if the water was pooling up around here and rotting it out. I mean, it's an old piece of wood as it is, post, so it's how long it's going to last, who knows. But this one's set, and now I'm going to do the other side and then let them cure overnight. I also have one of the last split rails from the fencing that I picked up at the same time I had that gate. Never really was sure what I was going to do with it, but what I'm going to do now is I ended up cutting it in half, and I'm going to use that as posts to attach the fencing to. I'll set them in the ground as well, maybe not with cement, probably just with dirt, pack it in, and then attach the fencing to it. That'll give it a little bit of a more rustic look and finish off this area so that the chickens will have more room to roam. So what I did is I took that split rail fence. It was 10 feet long. I cut it in half, 5 feet, and just dug a hole a foot in the ground and compacted the dirt around the base. And I'll end up running a rail across from here, and I'll probably put like either a 2x4 or a 4x4 in up against the side of the shed there, and I'll have a rail run from this post to there, and then from there to there, maybe one at the bottom too, so I have a place to attach the fencing as well. And I'm going to do the same thing now on this side. So eventually I'll end up having to move my recycling bin. I'll just probably move it closer to the other one over there, but I'm going to run it as a post right back there somewhere. And so I'm going to split the difference 46 inches right where that dark spot is, and I'll dig a hole there a foot deep, and I'll pack in the dirt around the other post there, doing the same thing. That's close enough. So this is the split rail. It's been cut in half. Now I'm just going to stick it in the hole. And kick some dirt into it. It's surprisingly level and plumb. So the one post is set, as is the other one. And now what I'll do is I'll hang the gate on here, and it'll close along there. Is I've picked up a few pieces of bamboo. Nearby park had a stand of bamboo trees growing, and a few of these have been knocked down. As you can see, some of it's split here, but actually it's still up here fairly sturdy. So I've got it screwed into the wood. This is the side of the shed right here, using a fender washer and a deck screw. And then the posts, I took those split rails and cut them in half, put them in the ground, and now I have the bamboo going into it, as I said, with some fender washers and some deck screws. So I'm now going to do the lower rail down here and screw that in. So what I did was I cut it at a 45-degree angle at the end so that it lays relatively flush up against the shed. Now I'll take my fender washer and the deck screw, put it through. Okay, that'll be sufficient. And I attach the second one here, and now what I'll do is I'll cut off this long piece. Now with another piece of bamboo that I have, I'll line it up and actually run it just like that. And now the second lower rail is in. So this is what we got. Definitely don't want to step on this, but I'm not expecting the chickens to really do that. And then I'll put some fencing along it, about 4 foot high, just to keep them from flying over. I'm hoping 4 foot is high enough. So got this side done, and now I just need to do the other side as well. And so the rails are done. As you can see, I had a lower one there behind this shrub, which is going to be moved. The upper one to here, across, and then to the other side. So we have the fencing up here, and all I did was nail it into the fence post here, that post there, and then the corner bead there. And then as you can see, all along here, I just use zip ties to hold it to the fence. So we'll end up doing the same thing on this side. So on this side of the fence, I'm going to leave a little bit of an overlap in between the hinge here, because because that might be wide enough for a chicken to squeeze through at some point, at least when they're younger. So I'll, as I said, leave a little bit of an overlap there, and then start tacking it on the post here. And now with that tacked in place, we'll come back with zip ties along the rails. Now I'll go along and snip off the tails. And there it is. There's the fence. And I'm just using a bungee cord to keep the gate closed, because when I attach the fence to the gate post back here, it actually created like a spring effect, so it keeps it open. So now, just open that up, and then I'll be able to come in. Okay, if you like what you see, give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel if you'd already do so. And ring that bell, and that way you'll be notified right away when videos like this are posted, and you'll be able to follow along as I turn my suburban home into a homestead. Okay, thanks for watching.